Alright, hello Matchsticks.
Hi.
Two in particular. This is a video done at the request of Shin Shadow Wolf, that prince among men and artist of the comment section. And Kano Biggie, my fellow follower of No Britches Witches, and Kohai Stalker apparently. Because I just like saying that.
It's true.
But yeah, this is the just playing some random game while I tell the microwave story. I don't know, Muffy made it seem a lot cooler than what actually went down.
Did I? I don't remember what
You were
I
like,
said.
microwave wall ball, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Microwave wall ball. Wow,
Yeah.
I did say that, didn't I?
And I was like, what is microwave wall ball? And it was not...
I was drunk, probably. I don't know.
Everybody was drunk. It was not a sport at all. I used to work at a place called Target. I don't know where either of you are from. I'm going to say Shin Shadow Wolf lives in Constantinople,
Yeah, agreed.
and Kano Biggie is from
Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Yes.
I was going to go with Somas, but close enough. Yeah, so I don't know if there's Targets around you guys, but I used to work at a place called Target. It's kind of like a Walmart, because Walmart's everywhere. Only a little more expensive.
Yeah, Target's like a white middle class Walmart.
Yeah, instead of, you know, literally everyone else Walmart.
Yeah, it's true.
But anyways,
It's true.
I worked, actually me and Muffy both worked at
Yeah.
this Target at the same time, and we worked third shift as the stalkers. We were called Flow Team for some bizarre reason.
I don't know.
I don't really know why, but in the back of Target, the back rooms of Target, they have these really giant steel racks that they put backstock on, and they're at the tallest. They're about
Backstock is the crap that we get on a truck, but it won't fit out on the shelves
Yeah.
at that point in time, so it has to be stowed in back until a space opens up.
yeah. But yeah, how tall would you say the racks are at their tallest?
Dude, I don't know. They're huge.
Well, I'm gonna say they're
I'm
about.
little. My perception of height is probably kind of skewed.
They're probably about 20 feet high at the tallest, not counting whatever pallets on top of them. And there was a pallet of microwaves sitting, apparently, I didn't look up,
Yeah.
apparently sitting at the top of one of these racks. So the microwaves are probably about a good 25, 26 feet off the ground.
Yeah. And the fact that there are pallets up there is not rare.
No, there was always pallets up there. I mean,
It was really more the position of the pallet.
well, I mean that, and none of the pallets were wrapped or secured in any way.
Yeah.
But
They're supposed to be wrapped with plastic so they don't fall.
so like shit doesn't fall down. But yeah. So I was just walking through carrying a box of backstock to go give it to the people whose job it is to take care of that shit. And I'm walking, minding my own business, humming a jaunty tune, and I'm walking, and then all of a sudden I'm on the ground. Like there was no in between phase. There was no It was just suddenly I'm on the ground and very confused.
Yeah.
And I looked around me, and immediately I knew what happened, but it was still kind of surprising because on the ground scattered around me were 3 microwaves. I mean, still in boxes, but 3 microwaves. And I don't know if you know this or not, but microwaves kind of heavy.
They're quite heavy.
Anywhere between 10 and 15 pounds for an average sized one, I guess.
Yeah.
And so yeah, what had happened was that on the other side of this steel, one of the guys was putting up a pallet with his big machine called a splitter or pallet stacker or whatever. And as he was putting that pallet in, there was apparently a piece of wood, jammed between the pallet he was putting up and the pallet of microwaves that was already up there. And it shoved the pallet of microwaves just enough so it caused 3 to topple onto an unsuspecting me. And I only got hit by 2 of them, luckily. And
Once in the head and once on the shoulder neck area.
yeah, the first one hit me like right in the side of the head and kind of knocked my head to the side, I guess. And then the second one hit my exposed neck meats. So I was confused. So I was sitting there, confused as all fuck, not knowing what was going on until I was like, oh shit, microwaves. I just got hit by microwaves. And this guy named Kevin Haygood was like right around the corner. He's like, oh shit. And like he runs up to me and like then runs off to go get Muffy real quick. And as it turns out, she was right around the corner.
And I'd heard the clatter, so I came running.
Yes, and then the guy who actually toppled the microwaves onto me comes running around, looking very concerned. And like I'm just sitting there, and everybody's like checking me out and everything. And Muffy's trying to make sure I don't fall asleep. And
because he was falling asleep.
Like I was getting a bit spacey, and I was like, oh okay, kind of nodding off a little.
So really, it was that he was getting spacey because I'm sure you all have been led to believe that, you know, you hear that if someone has a concussion or if you think someone has a concussion that they're not supposed to fall asleep. Apparently they can, and it's okay. But I was still like, he's not supposed to go to sleep, and also he's getting very kind of spacey and, like, weird. So I was trying to keep him awake. And then Dion,
The guy who toppled the
guy who
microwave.
toppled it, started getting very upset at me because I think he thought I was trying to move HFM, and I snapped at him, which I don't normally do because Dion was a pretty good dude. Very angrily, I was like, no, this is my husband, I'm trying to make sure he doesn't pass out. Thank you.
Yeah. And
Rage Muffy. Arr.
And yeah, like everybody's checking me out and like making sure I'm still alive. And from my perspective, I'm just kind of, I guess, not in shock. I'm just like, wow, that actually just happened. That's kind of crazy. This shit never actually happens, but then it did.
Yeah, it did.
So I was like, oh, there we go. But then I was like, can somebody please like check my ears for blood or water-looking stuff? And fortunately, neither of those things were present. And then I went to the doctor and everything, and he was a complete dickbag to me. And my head didn't hurt at all. It was my shoulder, actually, that hurt. I guess from that second microwave, which that's not surprising to me because my head is as hard as stone.
Yeah.
Usually, my favorite tactic to use in a fight is a headbutt. And there's a couple people out there who can attest just how hard my head is. One of my friends back when I was in high school actually put on a bicycle helmet and told me to headbutt him as hard as I could. So I did, and then I helped him off of the ground and saw that I had actually dented in the bicycle helmet. And I was like, haha, excellent. But yeah, Skull's hard as a rock, so that's probably why I'm still alive. Because as it turns out, that probably could have killed me.
Yeah, for sure.
But, and I also realized I could have sued the ever-loving fuck out of Target, but I was young and stupid, as opposed to now where I'm slightly older and stupid. But yet, because the pallets weren't secured in any way, the merchandise on the pallets weren't secured in any way, so, yeah. But yeah, that's the microwave story. Sorry if it was a bit disappointing and not funny at all, but it was just something that happened one day, I guess.
Well, at first, when the microwave story was brought up, I thought somehow I'd missed a reference to when HFM almost set our old apartment on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he did set part of it on fire.
I
He set
did.
the microwave on fire.
Set the microwave on fire.
And I thought that's what was being referenced at first.
No. I just kind of set a microwave on fire once. It's no big deal.
Just kind of.
Kind of. There was fire everywhere.
He was drunk and trying to cook bacon, I think.
I don't know what the hell I was trying to cook.
Essentially started an oil fire.
Yeah, I started a grease fire.
Yeah, you did.
And I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. So I got a fire extinguisher. Don't use the red ones for grease fires. They don't work. They do not work on grease fires at all. It went out for a second, but then it immediately sparked back up.
Yeah.
And I used the entire fire extinguisher on this fucking grease fire. And, yeah. And every time it just spring back up. So, there was one point Like, after I hit it with, like, because you can feel a fire extinguisher losing pressure each time you squeeze it. And I felt that it was going, so I, like, doused it one last time, reached across to turn the oven off, or turn the stovetop off, and as I'm pulling my arm back, the fire bursts into flames around it, and I'm like, oh my god, no! And eventually I think I threw like a plate on top of it to smother it. And it's a good thing I own about 400 gas masks, because after that we needed them to, you know, breathe.
I was gonna say, meanwhile, when it first started, I was asleep, and I woke up, and I heard a very strange noise. I can only assume it was either the fire extinguisher or the flames coming back up. And so I walked out of the bedroom, and at that point in time, when you walked out of the bedroom, there was a wall, and then there was like a bar set up, like right in front of the kitchen. So you had to be around the corner to really see into the kitchen, and all I know is I walk out of the bedroom and I see a wall of orange, and then it goes back down. And I can't see HFM at this point, but I call HFM, and he says, yes, after a slight pause.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, kid?
And I have my own pause, and I'm like, is the kitchen on fire?
A little.
And he paused again, and you could say that.
You could say that.
And I was like, okay.
Should I be saying that?
Are you alright? and you know, and then the fire sprang back up once more, and I think that's when he put the plate over it, and that's when I realized how incredibly smoky the apartment is, and I'm thinking, oh my god, we should probably be out of the apartment. We should probably get the rats out of the apartment. So we both grabbed fresh gas masks, ones that had never been used, so the coal was still...
Yeah, the filters were still good.
The filters were still good, so we both threw on these
Charcoal.
gas masks, and, yeah, charcoal, and put them to good use. So thank God for that.
Yeah, I gotta have way too many gas masks for a normal person.
Like, he's got 7, I've got 2 of my own, and because he was drunk and could not drive, and I didn't have my license, we had to walk to the gas station that I worked at and buy some paper towels to clean up the whole mess, and I told the person on 3rd shift, I'm not coming in the morning. We just had a grease fire in our apartment, and literally half of the microwave was melted.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was destroyed.
Because it was one of those microwaves that, like, sits above a stove, like it's mounted above the stove. And yeah, it was gone. It was gone.
I mean, it was mildly impressive afterwards, but at that point in time, it was kind of like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to use a fire extinguisher on a grease fire, it has to be a silver one, or it's known as a K class, I do believe. The red ones are usually ABC, which is electrical, like paper fire, and I think certain chemical fires. Can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, lesson learned. Don't do that. So yeah, sorry if any of these stories were really impressive or cool in any way. It's probably just a giant waste of your time. But
so those are the 2 microwave stories we have. I don't think we have any more.
I don't.
I don't think I do either.
But yes. Anyways, now since this is out of the way, because I said I'd make a separate video, so I was just playing some random game, so you weren't just looking at a blank screen or whatever. Yeah, now we're about to go record Breath of Fire 2. So yes, we'll see you then. I don't know how to end this. Farewell, matchsticks, the both of you. See you in like 4 seconds of Breath of Fire 2.
Hi.
Farewell.